month to the close of the year 2025. Into the Busia for baby Obiaro, Yama Kwababa SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. And of course, on behalf of the team led by Bright Entry, Sarfo Kantanka and my good brother Patrick would want to say Aqua back to the show live here, of course, on the show that informs you, but the show that thrills you. And of course, if you want any information to get to know first, an album they will need extra SOMPA 106.5 FM information in the first place. Now, my main cow says, show we trying to hold our SOMPA 106.1 FM ewo tachiman adishie so a ewo takwaso etie yen wo SOMPA 101.1 FM. Then you should know that there are a whole lot of issues to talk about this afternoon ewo jumedie so for God and country. And my good brother Patrick Minoka say Wathana say Sasuna my producer and Sarfo Kantanka was streaming my no also Atana say you're from a PROF Abotchie aka PROF. Now my main cow said Jumedia ye babedi in the way you makubia almost asena debia that dano yere Jumedi ebremo the edikan Electroland Ghana Limited, the home of quality electronics. A hona kwa ubenya electronics papa Nasakai you say Casa natural mineral water where insuo mu mapa insuo a de insuo say akase insuo de it is tasteless but insuo we no ma aduane nduro na abomo ahyemu ma ntimpacho bebia wo a wotem nka bia no benum insuo a ye Casa natural mineral water na sa hye nso bio say Lexter Company Limited for so ya sere na wie a ye de for God and country dwumade no brewo nti bebia wo bia no I'd like to say a very good afternoon to you once again. Like I said, Ubetchu say anopa ewiane enwumre a Lexter Company Limited yas toothpaste ne ya toothbrush a wo mo de abadwaman so na time herbal mixture it's a prophylaxis. I've told you that entimpacho say opese wenya malaria na typhoid and I join this fever now person to asia draw make come for mau time herbal mixture ebusha me bisa say hefa na obenye bi ato na upebi etumpo aton a hefa na obenye bi ne nyina no ade a medi ho nkomo na wi ewo SOMPA 106.5 FM na sakai say medima for herbal center Dr. Time da so also so asene nek kese pa and wherever you are no they make a show nyina no say me ma akwa abasoronko eba for God and country ewo SOMPA 106.5 FM but baby Dr. Time ewo ni yare ahodo a wotimi sa no enya de a me de be kame mu nyina na wi ewo dwumadi so. And there are a whole lot of issues to talk about. Key amongst the issues, and the veteran Koso Justice Bafo Boni, the acting Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. And your President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, nominated as to serve as the substantive Chief Justice for the Republic of Ghana. But Menomokase, I know, sir. Sabri and the veteran, Daso Koso. Now, during the vetting process, we heard of a year. Some clash a Afenyo Markins any Ayariga clash again during the Chief Justice nominees vetting. You know, Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo Markins has accused the majority side in Parliament of acting in bad faith during the vetting of Justice Bafo Boni, President Mahama's nominee for the Chief Justice. But there is one other issue. It concerns a year in Samoa, a year or two for say to the two during the Ghana Journalist Awards night. He stands on Galamsey. I mean, then a year or two for a kaye wabra na GJA for a year more awards night. And quickly, if I say young Koninko Tiedi, a year Otun Force 82, a kind, and Timomanko, Nianko Tienum Rasisia.
Galamsey, for example, is an issue that is so dear to everybody's heart. We have to be very careful because it's destroying this country. Becoming more of like a mafia a mafia a situation where if we are not very careful, it's going to engulf all of us. So, and therefore we have to take this issue very, very seriously. We joke about it or we think it's not serious, but it is. And I was asking how many people would vote for a party or a government why we don't want to take a firm decision on these people. So, I've asked myself, because it's politics, it's because of votes, nothing else. I can't see why we cannot take up this matter seriously, unless we are all complicit. Other than that, it's also a serious matter. So I was listening to the president, and I feel that more must be done to stop this. So, maybe it's...
All right, so Abusia for a year or two for say to a year the Asante Hene and I'll tell you Kasana was say also Galamsey in India. Aqua more of a mafia institution. Na no say bisa say na amanyuku be mpa na beba Ghana ha ono de obeka se obefoa eye Galamsey so na umwa amaye ntu ase. Enti no we na awoka no na odeka e de share His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and then Abain say, or Taumochi Pintin say, Galamsey Konodie, I was say, you can't be free. Now, so one thing, a Cassani Yabusia, Yanko Tieni Bue.
Galamsey, for example, is an issue that is so dear to everybody's heart. We have to be very careful because it's destroying this country. Becoming more of like a mafia, a situation where if we are not very careful, it's going to engulf all of us. And therefore, we have to take this issue very, very seriously. We joke about it or we think it's not serious, but it is. And I was asking how many people would vote for a party or a government why we don't want to take a firm decision on these people. I've asked myself, because it's politics, it's because of votes, nothing else. I can't see why we cannot take up this matter seriously, unless we are all complicit. Other than that, it's also a serious matter. So I was listening to the president, and I feel that more must be done to stop this. Maybe it's...
More must be done to stop the Galamsey menace. But Galamsey is also there. A Meburuna, Wamuya Galamsey, no. Wamukradia, Wamu anti Jayo. Now, no, Yanko Sidia, a sea, one of the Galamsey sites.
Without you, American officer, we are the other year, who must do the other year, how to make enough for this guy. I told him, I showed him.
All right, and you know, Sabre, you for so no minima dear how I don't know. And there was one on which who say excavated bikra na yeshino. In fact, 9 months yankoso na mo mabaso omu di dwumason e ma Ghana pa. Say omamunu nyina de yengidie na yen bibia beton na chi a. I believe say omukun Galamsey kianakin the government will be able to win the fight and for that matter Ghanaians say be ya or how I eba no sa how no kra no ensam babio. Yanko den ko tie this particular one.
God, I'm going to go home. I am going by any matter. To be back when I'm coming here. To be back one, set the floor is that. I have two for that. That's what you are. Remember, you can't just come
at can we really win this fight against Galamsey? One of the hurting issues of today that must be tackled with drastic measures. Nasabre mbabunu no kra di shia 9 months for. So why? And you know so na wo say no no. Onim se san nsuo no. Wo na na bia na onua bi ebe no ma na papa bia na o ma me bi be no se nsuo no. Ama nsuo no kra do ekumno. I didn't know Ghana ha mbebunu no yes it's my phone, excuse my language. Galamsey yes munyai. So obetu Galamsey a so obetu golda. Yes ya kwan ni fa kwan no so. Ne nkyere kwan a obefa so a obetimi etu fom agudie no e wo kwan pa so. and so no and memuno no so montiase. But sometimes I don't blame them. Sometimes I don't blame them. I blame some government officials. I blame these politicians in this country. Because during campaigning, during campaigning, Galamsey site no campaigning, in some ben no mukachiromo. So I catch say, yeah, they buy a moment to Galamsey. Namu banamu stop umwa. On Metiasie. Nampo Galamsey namuso munyano. What is the alternative solution? Youth employment in this country, unemployment rate in this country is becoming unbecoming. It's becoming unbecoming. Most of these people are almost to Galamsey. So almost free Galamsey sites on Omoba. We are not careful, they will end up in armed robbery because they have no jobs. That is not to say that is what I'm wishing for them. So please, Yamanyo Fono, Munyai Galamsey na mudi Yamanyo Sem. Because it doesn't help us. Galamsey na yedi Yamanyo Sem or Ghana Haro, it is not helping us. His Excellency, we know you are fighting a good cause through NIMOS. And of course, I just can't get it. NIMOS is being so careful this time. Because soldier for pan BBC. Now Omubeko, na kromo for maro. HSC a soldier for out. Hey, so yes. It means that they are being tactical in whatever operations that they are doing. But yanko tie the finance minister. Now no, all say nyame adoma yawada way. Ana o making kind budget no. Na obomoding eko edwum oko takrade market circle ho any adwanifo man bi kodi nkomo moma yankotie no ba yakotie no ba na pato mama akwaba na yerem
from out to force
The way so economy why is stable in Panama.
When you are doing
in your first young way, 12 million. Says you are 550.
from my
12 million.
12.
No, 12,000. Why is stable? Dollar no na didn't you know one more original yes strong one.
Actually, don't go and so Dr. Kramer.
Prices no nyame na yede na se first esi chede o do 10 cedis way since esi check up here 5 cedis
Half.
1 cup.
1 cup. It used to be 10 cedis.
No, about 5 cedis.
Cup, margarine cup.
This cup.
Another.
The cup, yeah.
It was 10 cedis.
And more bag, your cost will do 1 million. Since you are 60, 55 in little. And what quite do 1,000. Since you are 5.8. I see chair before my 5.8. Nyama before boye or a fake or a fake. Moaba no you shop papa mo ye no efe even for free SHC a we bo so mpo wan gu no mpo ono so ya ho amen sisi e ko university first year no mpo o ye free no so ya ho amen nto why eduba do why bi ya best wanya ma on se na mo fa me na na yes
the papa li bia yehu yete na yesra nyame no ma na honde no ntumi nyamo nse na dam na mom ska no mbreko na bribia
Abetika da
oh ye ni dollar ya no Stefano odu baby no dem ka ye chesi na ye nsanka sisa nyame na adom ye papa be no ye nka no do mela no di on san so mbreko kata na eja ayen so ye tintine ye nyedan ye ntumo nto na ye nyebi sa ye nyame nshira wo.
Thank you very much.
Abusia for Dr. Kezel Atoforsen and I'll say Kasan Wabra Kopiemu, Obra Kopiemu, ewo eye Takrade Market Circle Western Region ho no kopie mu na nyame adoma eye ya woda eda enimu ya no budget no ye be hyase na ya kenkan but nkomo ba ko so an ye be bomodin edi ekire pa na say aban say public sector salaries any minimum wage wapege mu by 9% na equipment so no mo fa so a wo mo pege mu by 9% no by enkai chief for say daily minimum wage no pege ne ho menaso free 19.97% to 21.77% effective January to December 31st 2026 we no nkomo so a eda ho a ene ye bedi akire na eye eda ukwada so we die woni a eye poultry embetie enkomo a ababeda ho ne se eye ye president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promise no de maye enkoko enkete no eno so no jumedie no woni eba be hyasia anasa na the Greek minister na a Greek minister ena be di enimu ye pa ba we no enkomo we beto odwa no the Sunyani Poultry Farmers Association vice president Johnson Yeboah what they atudwa say in fact abani ye bibia that kind of consultation no nhemudi a wose omuni omudi ansa na omudi bibia aba bonten no sa nhemudi no kita ho no eya na won intenni eya de a eha omo adwen ye pa eno so eya nkoma na wie etodwa ewo SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country nande 1 year eba be kansa wo fie ha ye ne won be tenase Diodikan eye Roja TD Wells or a government communication team member for the NDC. Na the autosumi Ebo Bachman, deputy communication officer for the UP Plus Party, and Victor Dankwa, lead communication member for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Until one more eba amandewi. Anyone at Nasi, a ransom minimokasaya uncle Ebo Bachman were room. Na de biara da no bibisa say the shirts no eya onye free na African prints no eya na efe brutal Patrick let say
Prof nyame adom
me abiti say we ni mu nye fende as a body no mu elusu kakra
nyame ti ase
minority wa boycott no
oba boycott
if you are boycott
that's why me who said na ade no ko nyina no me hu say na o me boycott
yeah
there is a no mu free ara
yes and oye nyimi go ase kra oye nyimi go ase
na dey tire nyimi go ase
oye nyimi go ase
Ebo Bachman me mo akwa ba
yeah
na apom ti say
nyame na do
o sheti me fe pa Some are catching. Some require famiko.
If I'm new beko. If I'm new beko,
but just coming in minority are boycotting.
Wait. And I mean, some.
And now, reason part of anything. What were the reasons they assigned to?
Oh, what's it? Talk on KCB or court and hasn't one trauma court in that seminar.
The is it ECOWAS and
ECOWAS could be so high court and yeah, now I see if there was a token lawyers examining because
they were behaving like
no
they were lawyers talking.
Yeah, to the extent that even as the issue of Parliament, as a Parliament has dealt with the issue, Speaker will rule over the issue. Within the principle of the Parliament, you don't read the same issue, but the issue has been dealt with by the Speaker, so you don't read the same issue in Parliament
because we who say honorable governors Abuja as someone who can raise that issue.
Yeah. So in fact, they just went there to quote and unquote misbehave. Yeah, of course, that's what they went there to do. And you see, we must move forward. I think one of the reasons why Ghana is not progressing is that we are over practicing democracy.
We are overdoing democracy.
Over practicing democracy, and that is,
I don't know what's the meaning because I don't get it.
Yeah, because actually, in the Parliament for about 2 hours. Obervet someone to become Chief Justice so that you proceed in Zama fast for 2 hours. You can objection. You have a point of there Basa.
Because I was not me follow pa because over 2 hours.
I mean,
give and take.
I mean, needless.
Exchanges.
And
minority leader.
Yes, and minority leader attacking or attacking Justice Palmer or attacking the Attorney General. No, Abai. Tokonu is history.
Oko.
She's gone, and it's a history that should not be repeated in this country. It should never happen.
SOMPA FM. Also, Tokonu is what?
Tokonu is history. And that history should not be repeated in this country. You repeat. Yes. Abakosam ni there. Shede. Madam Tokonu. Nana Akufo-Addo appointing to Supreme Court. 2019. 2023. One Chief Justice. Bafu Boni. Kufo appointing 2008 to Supreme Court. Why should you have a system? Obi wako Supreme Court since 2008. Because President being some there was in the case called Supreme Court, or voted in the case, or electoral dispute, or voted in such a senior member of Supreme Court since 2008. What's in home will be on 2019,
What about
2023? Wabe Chief Justice. That should not be repeated in this country. You see, Obandama was a confusion about institution. Under open lawyers and one Samson has an open seniority power.
Yeah.
In Obandama, all the seniors there will gang up against the junior. Obandama ipakuru nejuma mpuru oya onto me ye and Obandama so because they gave you that favor. Nteba, you do as your appointer says. Until you'll be manipulated. That is why talk on the time. Because say no, Ozimi was a friend. Unanimous FC.
Yeah.
But the case President Boko Supreme Court to be also the win because of that favor. Was a man into that should not be the system. Some of us are saying that moving forward as a nation, it shouldn't be the president although he Chief Justice on Ghana.
Sure.
It shouldn't be the president also though he IGP. So there should be bodies also so that you can bar on the basis of merit, experience, maybe watch the
institution.
The next person coming. If only the person is able to the veteran that we interview or passer. That should be the system. That's what I'm saying. That they can cry, minority. And these people can cry. Tokonu is history, and as I said, that history should not be repeated in this country. So that Asumodwe were by the judicial system. And my appeal to the man, Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, at least say, 1 year. So what you need to serve 1 year as Chief Justice because of an age. At least he will retire as someone came to be fair to him. That since 2008, President Akufo appointing but one of the juniors no pano there Masabi on okita a Chico nkafu okita sports cars. But Yamin Chazi obi 1 year wezi as Chief Justice. It is good, and my son there as a club 1 year within this 1 year Obama Ghana for can for born there. One for umbra na zibimbra. Procedures that has been brought. Criminal cases should not travel beyond 6 months.
Criminal cases,
especially corruption cases involving politicians, they shouldn't travel beyond 6 months. By 6 months, the years are similar. Say afom umbrana, umbrana nyunzi. Say afom umbrana so kofi asumedwem. We shouldn't allow criminal cases to travel 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Obanama. It emboldens politicians to engage in corruption, knowing that case na mbako kota mutuma manipulate cases na mutuma yanzama mo 6 years 6 years maybe by the 6 years party aba power maybe I will get what is called nole prosequi na makofie akada o wasem no poyinzi ni bi okofie. That is what we are avoiding. And so congratulations to Justice Paul Bafo-Boni at least in that case, or you tum nankasa we vetting you tum yin samano. That's what you need to ma. I think it will be good for this country to have a chief justice. We should move forward. The history is over.
But now, okay, we say we should have an independent body here. Foresee to the appointment of certain heads of some key institutions. And the Supreme Court. And then you also made mention
police,
of the police, electoral commissioner, and all those people.
Yeah.
And what the bank partner say, they would be responsible for those appointments devoid of political, political favors and all those things.
Yeah, we FNGT a proposed second chamber.
Second chamber.
Sure. The second chamber no want to above one confirm on the MPs what contest elections second chamber no obey it will be made up of teachers, nurses, doctors, lecturers, market women, fishermen. They will constitute professional bodies, and they will constitute the second chamber.
The second chamber.
So and on your political appointments, the head of institutions in Ankasano.
Yeah.
The institutions themselves can elect one to come and represent those people. We are apolitical, so that say one institution, Ghana Police Council, no say there, waka there, pay yan a police, that most no so those the IGP. Last in China, behind the Chodo you was the most senior.
Yeah.
No upon waka far, Dampare Bay. No the Asamazeba Ghana Police Service. So until say Awuba, it is that second chamber no say that we veto. One also was the Sefata, then they can push you to go to the floor of parliament, then we'll push you, Melko. It's as simple as that. Obandama, let's say, you don't owe the president any obligation or any responsibility.
Sure.
The member Bosum, one could say, everybody Bosum Ghana. So you can't be manipulated because on you know you, no, I manipulate you. But the situation where the president will have to appoint IGP, electoral commissioner, can you imagine the president, even when the president is contesting election, I don't know you IGP, or you don't know match I know you referee. So you can imagine the results. We need to avoid damaging. I know you propose second chamber. I think the Constitutional Review Committee would consider if they will take the second chamber, or if there are other means, consider. Able to make them painful other than the president appointing them. I think it will be good for this country.
I wish you for SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. Baby Obiado, this is one show that informs you best. If you want to be the first to know, some come to Ghana had now person in Kane party. Obamoding now do we feed into SOMPA 106.5 FM. Idea ube sound common very early. But that all follow a year the Ghana Journalist Awards night. One year will Kumasi. Now were you there?
No, I wasn't.
One. Yeah. But did you follow it?
Yeah, but me follow. But later I'm meeting myself. I mean, one thing that stood out for me was the young man who won the award.
Young man,
Gordon Asidiba.
Gordon Asidiba. Is he Asidiba or
Asigiba?
Asidiba.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very fantastic guy. I mean, he's a journalist par excellence.
Yeah.
No wonder don't win BBC Community More Award. He goes to where people don't know, were afraid to go.
Sure.
And all you need you professional. See, actually documentaries, sir.
Maybe I heard the documentaries with
my God. Oh, the young man has a long, I mean, the height of journalism. Say, oh, you get to the very top.
I remember knowing him at Techiman. Yeah, he ever came to our station for an attachment over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gordon. Yeah.
Wow. Humble beginning. He's I mean, fantastic guy.
Humble beginning.
So fantastic guy. And very humble too. Very humble. Very humble. And so, yeah.
But my takeaway was a year or 2 4 82. In some of the two job about Galamsey.
Okay.
Was this here no? Kwakwa say Akwakwa mafia institution bi a e Ghana ha.
Yeah, I know.
What mame kwa amano sisi ana mendi nkomo we mbra. Yensaka eye lawyer Bafo Ewu a ono ye MPP MP for Menchia South. Na yene ne di nkomo na minim say na or vetting no ase. Lawyer Bafo Ewu a we we SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country we ye ma kwa baba ejumadi so.
We do sweep
God is good, it is well.
Na we SOMPA in Krana Kumase.
We are SOMPA in crying.
Okay, now, right. You see, what bank Libya, what bank crying.
Bright today, the bank crying. All the producing for God and country. Our SOMPA 106.5. Okay, good. And I've also met you a couple of times, but that's a Yanshede Ninkomo. I was with Omai Hene Kwabra Santi. Yeah, you're from Abotchie. Okay, now, minim said that vetting now was here. Now, then a minority, mo boycott vetting.
But I will kill so. Not yet, we say minority form of Muslim say, and if you are not the better piano, a Jumana Yako Apoyan, if you SOMPA FM now, Opoye, Nansona said you want. It will be no man can be so dear, be young finance. Amno. This time, my Sabi, my imagine said, Mummy, Sapapano, and I'm Casa or dear, nearby.
Now Kabi say, almost na majority no, Mamu Quine, na Mumbisa Papano question. Na Anyabiano, Mamimbi so, no meaning and Casancasano, ora, Paul Bafo Bonnie. Na Munene was some that na.
But will be in Yasem. Ubia justice money in Yasem. Why?
And you know, sir, money justice Bafo Bonnie in Yasemwa. So see the Ghana dish for a Bisana say. Yaginani share proceedings nibi. The give and take, between the minority side and then the majority side. Very, very interesting. But now I say, and no drag it veteran. Amana emwa ware ten na ye bisa say sabre ya mo aka say mun participate in this vetting process what kind of message ana mo de ma aye Ghana this year
the pacho ye Ghana for if we say be se obi am wan kan wasem a ya se be nipa bi peso kan kasa bo hye wo yemu a un se ya pa na so she proceedings no a dina se be wo share no se de obi ehu no a be hu se minority leader kana sem na majority leader say o manen kana sem na se be obi so mo obi peso ka kasa wa show ye mo a say ya iti dia wo share ye no so sa na hu na you be hu no say
SOMPA FM
minority leader can accept no majority leader so man in kasa why
I don't know share mabufuo mamo sorry pie
me pacho e ma ye hu se ye kase ye tena ho a se bi ye kuku mpuni ni ye besoa se bi ye sha se you bisa question pe ahia for bekas wa overrule o ma bisa question na o de sa ye nyina ye bisa question. It is all about the Omunfa no Munyo Mojuma. Ghana Fujina.
Lawyer, but the minim said I'm raising some key concerns. There are some Chief Justice that no talk on nin some ni biwo asem ni bia bi mu a yenyen wie. Entina mususu say ankabeya anka vetting no kra no anka omo ntwentwen so ma yenwie sas na asem no yenwie.
It's a fundamental question that needs to be asked. Mr. What we say mame no yeyi no yeyi mame no me pacho or the na send akoda court. They say it would be more. Dear in the BCA. Ubi be no say, the business say, court no beka say, you reinstate, into Onkonko Fanejuma and Tesa. But here is a case where the Supreme Court tonight say, Sabi, Supreme Court or the BA a bit me Chief Justice every office. Now, so the profession and any. The only provision of the Supreme Court are Chief Justice, and I see a 144 and then 146. And she say no, court to be anywhere. See a Chief Justice, but one to say, or only the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, court to be anywhere able to be a free office. And today, Obegina to me. Justice Tokonuko, that's what did be more, dear BCA. That means a net CSC, near Justice Buffaboni to Justice Tokonuko to me, nya Sabi, justice. It will call to be our assassin way to you. So I say, na me pacho, ne papa muno.
And you know,
I hear Juma for several years. Sabi. You know to the extent say the benefits in your plan and send to your day income. So the Papa Munon.
Lawyer, I've been following your submissions. I've been following your submissions on this particular issue on various media platforms, and you feel say a kwanya abine de mamine fast no na enye a kwan papa so I'm asking say dear eye womude di eye ye kane Chief Justice here, how would you describe it?
So the coming Chief Justice
the outgone one, the one suspended no ma pamune free or justice tokono no. Would you describe it as unconstitutional?
Completely, in my view, completely unconstitutional. Improper exercise of discretion. You know, completely unfair. I mean, my camp was some sample, Jonia Fina, Wadaruma, Mr. Mamikoina Fina, may say very pinty.
But Ebiana and Adishia wanted to say, no. Baby, I can't want to. And once we have gotten, once we have gotten here, no.
And not the own service, Rawada, Yakoa can one see me now. Baby, I have been doing it. So, in Kebeya, and me and Sam Koyechi.
Mate, Medawasi. And you know, where I seen that, when I seen there, no. What precedent does this, boycott set for the future judicial appointment?
Any boycott is a position that we have taken that we are rejecting the nomination. And on your boycott.
Oh, okay. And your boycott, a total rejection of the nominee.
Total rejection of the nominee and your boycott.
And the and then boycott from the various sittings in Parliament, and so
and so say we went to the veteran and stated our position that we have completely rejected the nomination of the Chief Justice.
On what grounds and they rejected the nomination of the Chief Justice?
Yes, SOMPA pending. Your course with the assembly, the right in Obelusu, a Tosumino, Nipa washes a justice to Konubinia justice, or no, any Chief Justice. In Tisa, or no one say justice to Konu Bima, Sebi, or no, so I will see you the free home. Who say justice to Obepne, and my justice to Konu Ababi Dibem. Ompany.
Your lawyer, my say, na, your baby says, going forward, majority side in the court, now one more veteran we are. Would the minority, let me say line article, but I think we can end it there. Lawyer Bafwe or NPP MP for Menchia South and Artist and Dean Commoner. But now I'd wanted to ask him, say, the majority, na almost vetting we na yes we are. And no, would they regard Justice Bafoboni as the Chief Justice of this country? I don't know how person be beside our line to go.
But once Parliament has vetted, see, Parliament has vetted in what they want to know. After the vetting, it's Ghana Parliament in our vetting. And let me say this. I think you're making Kasimbi. Also, they are totally voting against Papano or Bafu Bonnie. No, we'll be saying, I need to vetting. Man, about vetting. How do you vote against somebody one vetting? No, they came prepared with a speech. In fact, they wanted to use the AE as a press conference. Now, Ayerga stood his grounds there. He was always raising issues with statement because I prepared a speech. They came with a prepared speech to read it like press conference and go. So it is not because of interjection. I didn't know what they came with pre-A there. They were coming to read their speech and walk out.
Because earlier he had stated say na ye momu kwang e momu kan wa semuntino enuntina omubufu ya
it is never true. It is never true.
Concluding the interview, he had asserted say it was it's a total rejection of a year. The appointment. So you see the contradiction. Okay, so that's fine. And I was saying, sir, Freddie, Galamsey issue, or say to King Solomon over the weekend, during the Ghana Journalist Awards night, in fact, Okasambi. Now, Asamna Oka, SOMPA FM. Sir Ghana for any your man pinya or so, and I'm happy the president was there. So, woman tie and was supreme Ghana ha Galamsey no yentimin jaida. Woman going tie dear a year or say to two, a sentimental or say to two, a kind.
Galamsey, for example, is an issue that is so dear to everybody's heart. We have to be very careful because it's destroying this country. Becoming more of like a mafia situation where if you are not very careful, it's going to engulf all of us. And therefore, we have to take this issue very, very seriously. We joke about it or we think it's not serious, but it is. And I was asking how many people would vote for a party or a government why we don't want to take a firm decision on these people. I've asked myself. Because it's politics, it's because of votes, nothing else. I can't see why we cannot take up this matter seriously unless we are all complicit. Other than that, it's also a serious matter. So I was listening to the president and I feel that more must be done to stop this. Maybe it's...
I was a force, I would say, King Solomon, a Santimenra, Nana or say to and I'll say, Walkers and Ebo, so it's you know.
Oh, my tea, Papa.
Wait here, Papa. But the Okana no cray.
Oh, you know, Papa. Mafia, yeah. Or a mafia. Or a cartel. You see, and BBR Kodubia so or succeed is because a politician is involved.
BBR Kosubian succeed.
There's a politician
because
involved.
There's a politician
there's
involved.
A political power behind it. Because, sir, if you're a serious power, that's a pretty fight Galamsey. You political power fima like what happened with Shudim. Naimos boss or set up ne camp. Now we took a fight Galamsey. No who the situation.
Yeah.
He went to confront the people, arrested them. All right, arrest one the first place order on Yonkonyi, the next place in the police station. So he took them to the police station. But before that, a politician intervened. Now, but because of all political power in it, we feel that Obutumna will manipulate the situation. But the military officer insisted and took the people to the police station. But look at how, according to information or available, how Orbano, MP Orbano, na tax youth business was about confronting or yeah 9 months for no. Inti say if politicians will take their hands off 9 months activities, I am telling you, you're able to na yakon na ye to them as you say. But the reason why politicians were involved so much in there, Ozikan, Galam say yes, no finance politicians, no.
Meba Galam say yes, some no finance politicians. With so line man I'm quite man Siana many or him interview best reporter on illegal mining at the 2024 GJA Awards of course. So or him interview Yama Akwaba, and once again congratulations to you. Or him interview and Pachote and Kana. Yo, the Mamim Bisawo. I don't know your stance on the government's approach to fighting Galamsey now. Sabre, your man penya what is so na aban no. What approach to fighting Galamsey no? Say na ohuno. Kwan ya betimi afa so a ya betimi di okun no so enkunima na.
Beda Similia, no credi say obisa me asembisa etisi ya na akwakoye se ekono aye kwachi Galamsey no eye omampani anase aban nko asede entimi nye aban anase omampani nko asede se obekwachi Galamsey dabi yemudodo no aye di Galamsey ye chiache mfie eni num 2005 ena medi Galamsey sensem ye chia nsakra na Ghana mampani a wanya de baby call Professor Ivan Satamios share ema wode SOMPA so ma soja for sabre no 2 mountain so far police for kan ho se yentu sa Galamsey no ana aginsem no ase enti wo hwe mfie dodo amede adi akire ene adwuma maye ewo Galamsey emu a metumi aka se enya aban nko a ana Galamsey no betumi atu ase fi se sabe so sabe akuronto si ye ka Galamsey asem na so mampani etin kramma mu na se Galamsey no ekoso ewo sabe kurukuma bi mu a enipa wo mo ho no nipa na eye ahemfo wo ho no ye wa ba mu mpanimfo aban akrachefo ho aprosifo ho any unit committee for ho enti so bisa me aban no approach a obia wo dai a wo so oye bibi ho se nanu yi nan mofo e kan se wo mo begina wo mo na so na wo mo ni nipa wo mo ye fom agudie tuyi a enamra kwas Galamsey fo e di asi ani no ampa ye hu se wo mo ye bibi na so mo ye no abo abanfo anase ti mamfo mu ana ya wo mo ye na mo abai na na mo hemfo de bo wo mo adwuma nan mo eye no mo abai na nsɛmtwerɛfo de taa wo mo chi adwuma nan mo eye mo abai anase chicha koni asofo mpanimfo de taa wo mo chi ma sa adwuma me nam so amekwaje sa abaso bodie no me wura mo da me hu se anipa bebre nipa kurokuo ho do betimi a ye Galamsey no adwuma no wa hwe yi a kyesa wodwene ho a wonte ase enti enya nipa baako anase asoye baako bi adwuma nanso aban no akwakoye tibire kese ene se wo mo aban no na mra a wo ma mu nyina ne kuta wo mo enti di wo mo beka no ebetumi amagina tu aye adwuma bia dia me hu ne se nan mo no a wo mo ye adwuma sese no a Ghana fo eje wo mo yoyo no enka yemfa asojafo dodo no an kobufi se Ghana ha de ye nyina yi nim se ye ka omu a mo discipline asrafo ne di nkai enti yemma wo mo no so na ebra no mpo no wo mo no yemma wo mo ntena ho nche efi se wo tena ho che pii nso a na no so kofa asama ba fi se omampani atamios preso de ode ba ya na asojafo mpanimfo bi di animu no ani apolisi mpanimfo bi di animu ne ye di achi ehu se de esikoye wo mo tena ho che na fa wi ase no mo abaye akwasi besen ata na wo mo aka sikyire ni bia hwe ama wo mo dwumadie ni nkekan bia be foyofo wo mo ho no na nkyere se wo betumi atu Galamsey no ase ampani ampa ya ntumi antu ase a ene atoa so a betwam mampani na do dankwa kufu ado abreso anabamu for do on for ye aprosifoɔ bambɔfoɔ ne asogyafoɔ de wɔ hu wura mu empo national security do wɔ hu wura mu emma ene ababedu mampani John Dramani Mahama so no sɛ yɛ ka ne pɛsɛ yɛ ka ne yie na yɛ ma asɛm no ani mo tene dia obi a wɔ Ghana wɔ kyɛfa wɔ galamsey ho no mu anya abango na menu yɛ yɛ pɛkyɛ yɛ de ensatene tene no so
mini ana wo ka bibi sɛ e wo sɛ 9 months na ankasa no asrafo no e wo sɛ yɛma wo dɔɔso but we have seen instances community the community involved in galamsey no emrantie no rising up against the military men and you think say eno beboa
say omo call echo pam galamsey etu susa no omo dɔɔso a minyi ni sɛ obi ba sɔre etia wo mu mpanimfo se aboa no de kɛse na ewe na fu onye sa ne huhu na ewe na fu sa asrafo ne dɔɔso a wo maka no obi mo ne ho mpem sɛ woni wo mo ba be pem agan enti yemma wo mo dɔɔso na fe yemfa tumi ankasa nso nhyɛ wo mo nsa ɛno ma obehia akode akade ne yemfa nka wo mo ho na wo mo mfa nya adwuma ne yemma wo mo nte ase sɛ sabe na no da o mampani John Dramani Mahama kasa yese timamufu a nkronkro ahodo ani mabunu mo sori ti asrafo mo di sa adwuma so no won kan hu se wo mo so mfa wo mo hu ndie no yamfa tumi masafo no mo nya adwuma ni yi efi se wo mo a wo mo ye galamsey no so wakobi da asma ye kan enya radio so asem kan ho so wo efom ho ne a wo ko uru die ekomu a sabe enya air condition mo tena and waka say we die enke ye ni si anke dabi omo ye nipa sabe omo kuta abankese so atuo ye memi ko hunu bie no a enke omo je mem kwa free me nsem no
wow
pump action Ghana ye latest ones ne kuta omo ekuta nkrante ekuta nkuma ekọ twi ko breman nkuma hodo we ne kuta omo nipa no adwenye ne se baabi owo no ho no odidie fi se wo hunu sika sabe adwuma bia ni Ghana ha obeye adakro obetimi aye adwuma no na obewie ye se ye kofie no sika ye nya ye eye bia cities opepem ye no ni akirebo enum 2.5 billion dako we adwuma nya se sika we na se nipa ba se nso bi kutatu aba waso ye ho so omo ma akwa se ye se adwuma na wa nkade na obeye enti esese ye ma Ghana 40 ase se galamsey no aye ka no enya aban ko asede yina ye wo chefa na emu aban no nso na asede owo asese wo ye wo mu ne se won fa mra ne hihye ndu akwa mu sabe ya na embo ani asrafo a edi se adwuma na ma wo mu no ombetumi aye ni yi no manya kokoduro di aye na ye mo mo ntia se se de omukọ baabi na se ohin bi mpo kotata wo mu emfa ho ne se de odi bre ne ugina pen sitie e wa asetena mu no ye betewo anase ro be fa mra kwa so no ye nya de saa afi ye de saafo no kokot nso a ye mmamra ne wo mu ni se de o ma ne mra atie onse ne se me kai se midi galamsey ye chi asem ba akoko pie Kumasi High Court na otemuafo otena dwamu na obu asem no de okan ya ne se China follow no me mo krata mo mo kwai ko mutimi tena o memu na spy nti sadia ye mfa wo mo ye mo akire mfo mo nko o mo memu ne ye o mo krata na spy eno ye boni edi nkai o maye de tosu bienu ye di nkai do mo ko ene se o makose ye nsase ni yensu eno nso ye atwe o maso wo ho ne ko ba se boni a o mali ka ye no ye gya wo mo wo na o mo krata ba se embra na se ne tie ni ebu no elimtia no me nua ya na ha adwen enso be wi ase no oso de mra na ye adwuma nanso nyina ya o man na mra nti safo mo atemuafo ani onso so mo nyina nso de o mo hura mu bi no mo nya chefa wasa asemu a megide se me nua ebekọ yie ama ye nyina ya ho ato ye sensese be bi ya kwa koduru a ye duru nkwa ani owo nkwa ntai
ohemen say una work from wa una na various sites are all reporting na minim say the experience that you have per ayen komo amene wodi awie experience they are very rich when it comes to your reporting on this illegal menace I drink. I want you to be fair to us. SOMPA FM. Say wo hwe bia okono oman ne dia kwakodu na wo de toto ebrebia etwemu no ho a. Enso so ye dem ye ko enim ana ye saba ye chi.
mɛka kyerɛ wo pɛn sɛ yɛkɔ yɛn anim nanso dodoɔ no a yɛkɔ yɛn anim na ɔkɔ no ayɛ den ama yɛn ɔtɔ kasa bi obfuscated ebe bi atwa mu no na nipa no ɔmo yɛ saa adwuma no ebi a ɔbɛkɔ site go hyia nipa bɛn mmienu bi na ɔmo kutakuta atuo sɛ ɔkɔ site a nipa aduonum na ɛwɔ a ɔmo yɛ adwuma a wɔanya koraa no bɛnya nipa bɛyɛ sɛ aduasan kɔ aduanan a ɔmo kutakuta atuo no nso nyɛ tu ketewa enti ɔko no mu ayɛ den saa bere sɛ nnura anaasɛ afia atwa mu no na yɛ ka sɛ galamsey no sɛ yɛ nsua sɛ nsuo no asɛ ne kyɛn mfie mmienu anaasɛ mfie mmiɛnsa atwa mu enti ɛsɛ sɛ yɛma yɛ nibere ne yɛde yɛ nan si fam sɛ yɛbɛyɛ ho adwuma si anyɛ ho adwuma a menua asɛm no a yɛka no ɛnyɛ nna asɛm sɛ dakoro pɛ ɔsɔre yɛ obiara nyɛ adwuma no na yɛ obiara gyae amanfoɔ bɛkɔ so ayɛ saa adwuma no firi sɛ sika no ayɛ nkurɔfoɔ dɛ galamseyfoɔ no wɔ sika ɛna wɔtuatua sika firi soro bɛsi fam enti ɔkɔ a wonya nnuru galamsey site hɔ mpo no ne yɛyi wɔ mu asokyerɛ sɛ asomasi anaasɛ ɔbɛnten ba ma menka wei nka ho sɛ ɛberɛ bi atwa mu a nanka yɛde asrafoɔ mo ntaadeɛ ne apolisifoɔ ntaadeɛ na ɛko galamsey no atwa mu sɛ sɛ adwuma no ɛsɛ sɛ ɛyɛ intelligence led ɛsɛ sɛ ɛyɛ adwuma a abambɔfoɔ no bɛkɔ fam de wɔn ntaadeɛ no ayi agu hɔ akɔyɛ nhwehwɛmu ahu sɛ wei ne wei na ɛkɔ ansa na wɔtumi atu ho anammɔn sɛ anyɛ saa da biara no bɛkɔ akɔyɛ sɛ asɛm no si yia na yɛtu ho anammɔn yɛkɔ a yɛnya nsunsuansɔ papa biara na ma menkanka ho sɛ baabi a galamsey ku no mpo aduro no sɛsei yɛanhwɛ yi a ɛnkyɛ ɔman wei mu yɛbɛhunu mmabunu a ɔmaka wɔn ho abom ayɛ gangsterism no ɛno bi na ɛba ha sɛ wɔhu sɛ na nka nni ɔman mu sɛ mmabunu bɛsɔre atia abambɔfoɔ sɛ yɛ apolisifoɔ anaasɛ asogyafoɔ daabi me baabi a mekɔɔyɛ a nka mekɔ akɔhyia ma akwanhyiawuo no mekɔ berɛ nka me nko ana mekɔɔyɛ me ne me camera technician ne me drone flyer ɛne yɛkɔɔyɛ a yɛkɔyɛ adwuma no bɔne bi ansi nanso apolisifoɔ kɔɔ sɛ ɔmo kɔ akɔtu saa galamseyfoɔ no so sa no ɛhɔ na mekɔnya ma akwanhyia a nka mehwere me nkwa
mepakyɛ na ɛyɛ hipɔten saa
mepakyɛ sɛ
na ɛyɛ hefa na akɔɔyɛ no
media no yɛ Offin Shelter Bet Forest Reserve a ɛyɛ ɛwɔ Asantemanta mu ha anwea futu Asanteman mu ha yɛ Asantemanta mu ɛna saa ɔtoto no nkɛkɔ akɔto me sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ mebɔ wo nkyerɛmu a the year 2024 ansa na ɛbɛka bɛyɛ sɛ bosome mmienu ame akɔto aba no ɛna amanebɔ baa sɛ galamsey na afei deɛ ɔma yiri mu wɔ kwayɛ no koraa baabi a nka galamsey ne bi nkɔ soɔ ebi yɛ Offin Shelter Bet asana yɔ ɛna afei Jimira Forest enti me nsɛm twerɛ ni de to me ho so sɛ mɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu obi onim ɔheme bi anim sɛ ɔheme akwadare ɛwɔ nhwehwɛmu yɛ mu meyɛ investigative journalist enti me fa akwani asɛ biara so sɛ nka menya kwae awura baabi a ɔmo yɛ adwuma na awura mu ankasa ma m'ani kɔhwɛ bi si asɛ bɛ mehwene ɛsa ntɛm no batumi aka ho asɛm ama atiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ ahu bi mekɔɛ a medaa me ho sɛ mekɔyɛ adwuma wɔ no ma ama me kwae mefa akwa nua sabia so anya yie kɔpɛ me sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ mesan akɔdaa me ho kɔfa ɛkwan foforɔ a ɛhɔ deɛ mekɔ no mekotwa ɔfe metwa ɔfe no nyɛ sɛ metwa ɔfe no akɛkɛ gye sɛ metena subonto so ɛne adwumafoɔ a me ne ɔmo kɔyɛ adwuma nyinaa yɛyɛ ho sɛ yɛ galamseyfoɔ a afei ne yɛkɔyɛ galamsey no bi wɔ hɔ yɛkutakuta yɛ pikas ne yɛ shovel ɛne deɛ kekaka ho ne yɛde kɔɔyɛ yɛkɔyɛ ne yɛkɔhu sɛ sɛ Offin Shelter Bet Forest Reserve no saa bere no mu no na yɛ excavators maako aduowɔtwe a wɔn yɛ adwuma wɔ saa kwaeɛ berɛtuo no waa twɛwa adwuma mfoni sɛ excavator baako so wɔyɛ adwuma dakoro dɔnhwere baako mpo a asase sɛ na obetumi asɛe no na aduowɔtwe gu kwaeɛ berɛtuo no mu a wɔn yɛ adwuma enti ɛbɛka naanu ne nansam yɛ ato aba wɔ man mu na mama ne bɔ no ba abɔnten ɛne ɛmu a wɔn ne multimedia apasoɔ ebi wɔ Adom TV ebi wɔ Joy News TV radiofoɔ no obi ɛka ama forestry commissioner na wɔn yɛ mpanimfoɔ wɔn na wɔn hwɛ kwaeɛ berɛtuo no nso di adanseɛ sɛ saa kwaeɛ berɛtuo no mu hɔ no bɛyɛ sɛ bosome a memeka ho asɛm no na galamsey no agye nsɛm wɔ hɔ ama wɔn wɔ hɔ no nso wɔn ntumi nkɔ hɔ efisɛ wɔn kutakuta atu akɛseɛ na mehwehwɛ mu na mehu sɛ national security foɔ ɛna wɔn yɛ galamsey no wɔn hyɛ national security uniform ebi nso ɛwɔ forest entry permit a Nina no ye owura John Aluta sabe no CEO ma forestry commission the signature na was here nina na ye forgery but nina bisa forestry mpanifo ma se nkran omo nyina gi tumu se sankrata ne mfiri o makache nanso sankrata na no omo di adwuma wo kwa ebretu no enti bira prosifo ko ha omo kwochichi Sarfo no watwa adwuma mfoni aprosifo ne national security for ememma country one for metro fo ibia omo mati no omo kokwa ayese pase omo ni omo di si ani na yetika yi mu sabe boss a 2M express bosses ni enu edi ko ye nyina eni pay eni babone fo ise no tutu abobo mitiri mu papa enu twitwa men sekai tete minta de min sika omo je me mobile phones omo je ye omo ansa ma na nso wa omo ye sa no ma nyina me phones omo je ye nyina no mo san hyase sabe yanka amane bono ma bonten no me Facebook account omo hack me account omo hack ye me Instagram omo hack ye afi me sika nanso asedan kan nyame se dim dia odi amayen se enye adwuma sensem twofo ye nhwemu no wontumi enka ye nto amramu a wabra unya ho adansedie ye camera omo je camera ne fi ye nsem de hwehwe wo gugu no ni nyina wa prosifo anim nanso dunia evidence ye videos ana e wo galamsey site ho ntokwa na ekoso wo nyina itimi video ni nyina the evidence ne bai ye de ho amane bokoma prosifo regional police CID headquarters bisin de bisase akosi say ye nche sebe anoma takrampo asem we mu asem we ohimin
e was a wankasa wo kasa no wodi kan ka say one year na etu galamsey no e o sa bre no so no na wo mu ye national security operatives a no mo hihye o mo ntade a won de yes adwuma no so how would an action be taken against people are supposedly we can say no more national security operatives are or to galamsey, so you should know that it will not go anywhere.
And I make us say until I made catch us all corner your man penny one and as I buy a comb patch what I say.
Yes,
Nipa or more hunusika or marking city any a war actually won't say a day. And we want Danny or more quantity who had almost shown on yes, man. Sangalamsey ya make once a me must me. Okwa anyo futu a assembly member wa anyo futu wodi fi anyo futu kromu ekọ ba bia o mutu galamsey no eti sese bia so wo fi kwaamenkoma circle ekọ ba bi eti se ya mfa ehifa kra na metimi dia ekọ anwa ti se GRA officer e wo ring road hey wodi fi ho kọ anyo futu ekọ ba bia galamsey sa na tie assembly man ni se adua sakasa wa fidie so e ma me record le se wonim so mu ye galamsey di onim ani so mu die nua ho.
Hey, assemblyman is also him so we galamsey o mu dua nia
ya bu ye no a o mutoto abo bobo e ka mu ebi pra mi a me pra mi hunu amane no na assemblyman kro no anam kro mu ewura mu ho galamsey ba bi o so onim se ye galamsey no e pra process for ne sem trofo ko ho se ekutu galamsey ase no eno de o hunu ba ho no na wo ka se ai district commander no say onim ho hwe say approach for free regional police headquarters be ye operation enti approach for them trofo ba ye na ya akronfo asabu e hifa na ye ka no o say the city e
anti sa me ba to sa regional command
be ba wo wo akwa mu nyina ansa hye sa adwumadi na ase
anti sa regional commander no say no o he o da so ho
district commander asem na okay.
I say district commander no say regional commander no
district commander no me nimba bi asese wo if say ono kura mpo no asem ba ye no me ankasa fa fu mbo frɛ no fi say ye dwuma die woni say ye nim aprosifo mpanimfo e fa fu frɛ no say miwura ya bagalamsey site bi ani police team bi na ba na say na e beto ye na wotie ni nkomo ne nsem obi se bisa me no a na che say emu owerem sa papa yi nso ye obi asabe son enka nsem tro ni pani a menye na wa yonkofa senka asem bi se na ba enka nya me ye nkonkra no gudi ka adwene ho nanso menua nsem wona me kan ne nyina na metumi aka na fidie so e kire se e free soro besi fom ni nyina no o to line no a omo line so nyina obi a ho wo mu bi obi a eje ne kakrawa obi a eje ne de enti hwan na ekoka ho asem national security police for assembly members say local assembly local governance for musu ahemfu it will be a bi obia wo mu bi na obanye di say e ba ye operation no police for operation no ka fita bi levels BPO e ba ho no e kire no me ya madwen se me ye hwehwemu na mahunu wo mu a wo mu nyina me hunu say sa cars ni akese e ba ho nyina no e ye wo mu a sabi wo mu di bere e wo ma we bu
se wo ka so mo di bere a government appointees ana
me di ka kire wo say sa galamse nu e koso no sa bere no na ye MPP abamu mpanimfo bi me se ni pi MPP abamu mpanimfo bi ani wo mo na nsofo ene ne wo maka bomu a wo ye sa galamse no e wo Offin Shelter Bird Forest Reserve anwe futu potamu ho ebi wo jimira no ene kumase ni bebi ani kwa no ene da ntamo ena asanayo eye forest a so fi mankranso ebeba be wuramu wo bebi ani ene ho nyina aka ho bi ena jimira no nso wodi free kumase call bebi ani wonsabonkum so uduru bebi ati se nyinamso number 1 nyinamso number 2 ehoko na forest ni da musa akọ na afa nye Offin Shelter Bird no eno nso wotra Offin no e wa ade mra wokọ anim kakra bi kwaya edi nka wo nsanifa no wuramu a na wokọ eho no se nso so ofiri wachi na eba na oduru nkroma nkwanta na wuramu nsanifa ekọ amada a utwa Offin ne be na forest no wuramu enti sa adwuma ni nyina na ya abamu mpanimfo bi ani abamu asoafo bi a wo munim hu bi national security for wo nyina na wo nyina nsa ehyaase a do mo nya sika no ebidi efiri ho
ohimi nkomo de emoya mi rempa o because if this is the case during the previous administration then I don't think say Ghana your politicians ebetimi admaye di galamsey so enkunimo ebedin ohimi me pacho menka
pacho beto nkapa
na de me pacho nyina na se uhwe se de wasem na wo ka no emu awrem na wo ka no esipesi no pise na aban mu mpanyimfo bi wo ho a na wo ka ho bi o hihye kire no na yesa wo aban foforo a wote so sesie yi mo so mo ya amanyofo yi de ene galamsey ku yi de ebe den pa se Ghana ha yebetime di so nkunimo
se kase yebedi galamsey so nkunimo a yebedi enyina ehia ahohyeso ebroni se discipline ana afi enwenta so perseverance yetumi adi galamsey kono so nkunim se mi am yensem troni bidi hye mitirim se mikohunu no bi mpo tua sika ama me menye ameka no kure wa asem no mu a ahohyeso ni bi no abambofo a omokoye hu adwuma abamu mpanimfo ani obia owo mu chefa bia se yedi kutia no so obia so ye na famu die hye ne ho so no o weta so se okun we ye pese yedi ku okun no kwa we ya ye be yi so kai se the COVID-19 bae ye lockdown no wo mu se ye nya nipa ankrankura bia no mo aya so brache de nanso se wo fa wodi gu nsanie ni na se wo twe a mfaso bumu e ba ye wo mo ye sitie e ma lockdown no so ni se na do so che wo mo ye aso de enti se ye the lockdown approach ni bia ba galamsey ku no mu a ye betumi aye ye wo ekuro ankrankura a nye aban dia a ye kan se CSOs a wo mo aye nsusuye kama wo ho wo dia to aban nim sa aban ani mpanimfo bi a wo twaka na nanmo ahemfo akese a wo tumi kase mem pese galamsey be koso wo masase so ha ohene a mehu se galamsey e koso e wo asase so metu ade so ana me osie no be ya adwuma na woni se de anikase ma wo mu ba akompo ne se ensase no pii wo ha yemfu sase a enya ahemfo na hweso enti abusunya pani bi oti baabi ankrankra bi a ne papa na ne maame ewu agya na sase so wa sha ase etu galamsey wo so a ohene bi ni sutumi ba cho wate ase nanso oman hene de obetumi aka ye ne kete se samu yesa adwuma o mempasua so a asem we enti mechew ana oyo ohene ametu a san hyehyɛ na menua de be ya adwuma na abambofo asraafo ne aposifo nso Omunfa omunensi for no munye disciplined. Na aban so nye disciplined. Na bibia ye bia ne mfa nhyehye anya adwuma. Si ye ne saa okwo no bekwa awie no Ghana ne bedi nkunim. Esan se baabi a ekoi no. Adwuma bi a mahyase a me ya me nwie ye mpo no. Enne ye wo atuate dom a omode omo ho efore galamsey no mu wo Ghana ha. Atuate dom ebie nyakwai edi omo fore Ghana ene galamsey nsensem nti anhwe ye bedumre bi no. Sade ekoso wo ama bi ti se Mexico. Gangsterism ewo ho. Aman bi a eti se de etwa ye ho ahia yesi atuate dom asore omo ni aban mu asrafo de asi ani no sa na ebekoso. If say wo mu be ye adwuma anya sika akototo abankasiye so otuo ani apolisifoɔ ni asrafo de aba besie ani no mo se be ombobo wo mo akache ho ban na o moduane zam sa ne yepa no dia e de ye ntena ho se mpo adokotafo hwehwemu o ma ye mpo no e se enye dika bi o fi se ukwa abonten ya ukoto ewirnsuomu na mpo awe a so ya hwe yi ukwa abonten na so pefufuo na ukodi fufuo abisa se hefa na banchi no firiba ehine fa na atosode ya media firiba bisa we nyina na ye ka to se ha ne firiba se o mo yam hihyo efi se ewuduru ahodo mercury ani cyanide me kai se me hye adwuma me ye adwuma me ko takwa mpotamu wo ekoye report efa cyanide a na galamsey fo de ye adwuma nso manya mra kire se galamsey fo mu nim kwa efa so de cyanide ye adwuma nso mu de ye adwuma ni nyina wura yensuo ni yenuane mu na se yeti ase a ade na besie yade a sabe anything kidney more failures and the akari nyina eno na eba begu ye nso na sabe yeti ase ye kwa pa ye ho aye hu asene yes akofa sa antansan ya sa da so aye
yenye na fan commodity but the last question I me what the man say has there been an occasion wakọ say ukwakoye nhwehwemu na galamsey yes ni bi aba wonjan aka kire say okay or him say the way we jai na yema ebia 1 million Ghana cedis ne jai have you been tempted like that before?
No krenie minhia bi sa e wo madwuma yemu na mom de mehia bi pen eye wo mo ana omo ye galamsey yi bia omodi mpuntu omodi omosika no eye mpuntu dwuma eno na mehia bi o masetena mu a me ye adwuma sensem tro ne metu kwa ekọ nkrofo ekọ ye ho adwuma reporting ye o radio so ni TV so nyina ma amanfo tie say galamsey fo no kra omo say nsuo no be e obi no so wo ha omo de ne de eye bit responsible kakra ba so obi tam sika de abra me say me ko ye adwuma we wo ha me wa ba ha e ba be ka ho ase me nka no e ji say sika we ko no tumi de me nua me nya hu bi sa
Hearing Terrier, you better was say for the extensive time I would on this particular interview. Once again, we want to say congratulations to you for emerging the best reporter on illegal mining during the 2024 Journalist Awards night. Once again, congratulations and thank you very much for speaking to us. Abusha for my entry who brass is yaba Uncle Ebo Bachman. Hey, now I don't know because Uncle Ebo Bachman now question is Captain Biko. Roger T.D. Wells is seated over here. And my good brother, Captain Biko, is also here. We're going to be right back.
Techimano Fui, Electroland Abeja, near the Munamuni, Punning in Answabo. Wait, Thursday, 10th April 2025. Raya showroom for front a Kumasi Techiman Kwanaso.
Yeni Roma, sorry, Dino, and that's a backsword Nidia Nimshe.
Roberto Samsung, TCL, Media, NASCO TV, AC, fridge, gas cooker, washing machine, deep freezer, home theater, microwave, blender, kettle, rice cooker, and any more papa Kahunina. Now, when in Bribi, Edicam for Baku 50, Ebenya 15% discount. Any achedie, it's a rabbit idea. Kahuna, hang out.
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo siremu wo je ho ba bia enye na eno na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia baso bo ma je ne wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enya asem ketewa wo mu je international awards ahodo wo mu je local awards ahodo na anu nso na wo mu bie the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim ha no ebi ni ba bia je 21st clinic nkoa wo mo de bibiduro ene be san yare no masa de machine aka ho yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama ade pa ko a wo magidi wo mu pa no sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha ba bia wo mo ho enkran ha se ye wo Tantra Hill runabout se wo free enkran eba ye wo wonsa ni fa so wo fra masaman so na eba nso a wonsa bonkum so ho na wo behu ye 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 na 21st clinic still wo mo ye sciatica expert
tontonte yenum nsa ne fa adwen ne fa adwen ampa se na nim se brebi beba ama tontina 74 opa ye ne simple T74 abeye adru tontina 74 ana T74 asa twe ya dwene asina nanom dodo so se de na dodo bua ma nanom enyare basabasa no saa na tontina 74 ana T74 ebu anipadua no ema immune support enti obi onum bie no abrebia ne ho denden tontina 74 yinso ya ye no se nsuo krokro wa kama enti ba bia wonam bia obetimi de wade akọ samene wa ankefi na kroi eda no nko na wie ye wa bra mennom T74 samennom tontina 74 menya hoɔden mennom ne dabia T74 yi eye hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kama saa no T74 ahoɔden ne apomuden ko a wokɔ pharmacy ana ba bia to nro bia ubenya tontina 74 yi bia to T74 yi enye ma oba wa fa afuro ana obi a ɔma nufoɔ ana se obi a onya mfie dumienu etufon frɛ 050-162-8931 and 0246-073-498 FDA agi adwadie nkratoi atom
Sompa akyɛdeɛ
2025 yaba
Bible say nyame sompa pa ne sɛ obi kɔnwo nyanka ɛne awisia mɔbo ɛno ti na sompa 93.1 Kumase
Sompa 106.1 Techiman
90.7 Nkransa
101.1 Takwa
98.9 Sunyane
ɛna Sompa 106.5 Accra
yaka bom sɛ bronyen yɛbɛma enisia ɛne yɛkranfoɔ adidi na yɛnko ayɛ timi agye sɛ wo bɛboa yɛn
enti sɛ yɛ anwa ɛmmo tin tomatoes ntade mpaboa yɛ bia wahyɛ dada wonsan ehia ɛnyɛ ntade dada na emom de yɛbɛtimi de akyɛ amano ayɛ yie momfa mɛboa yɛn ne yɛfa mamɔbrɔfoɔ ekunafoɔ enyanka ne ewusia
abusuafoɔ yɛfa yɛn ho hyɛm na proposi prempa oboadu pɔnkɔ mu yɛnya nkopɔn obeyiye wiye sompa akyɛdeɛ ekunafoɔ ɛne enyanka ne so wɔn bedidi sɛ yɛ sika fato ahomatrofoɔ yi so 0598559802 meeti mu biem 0598559802 edin a wɔso yɛ tara 1 media
anasa Blessed Foster
branya bosome ne bebodwa trada na de amode dom yɛn no yɛde ama ekunafoɔ yi mo a mo yɛ bi afie twɛ mu no emu adanse de die mo a mo nim sompa akyɛdeɛ
2025 yaba
to me chenya oba eni peche mu ana dio bedachi nanso ubetumi aboa na manenya pomodin free ne mofrase Jamvita ye de milk papa bi ni nutrivi aye ye nkwada ediane a eye de na ahodi a ewo mu no boa mofra pomodin anio impeni for swini chopa Mawobano apomodin free ne mofrase Jamvita gumo hodo bebre Jamvita, a delicious way to grow. FDA agi edwadie yinkratoyatum.
Abusia for Sompa 106.5 FM Forgotten Country. And I was go so when it's exactly 5, you better activate your lines now. Also, we adventure. Abe boy jumedi no 0260196064 0260196065. Mommy, you're watching us from Thema. I want to say a very good evening to you. And then you send in this message. Regards to Honorable Brian Champon, he exemplifies his leadership with proven result. As the next NPP flag bearer hopeful, he represents competence wrapped in conviction. Teacher Constitution says that was the majority thinking Chief Justice Bafu Boni would take it easy from the minority leader. Your own colleague, Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono, was sacked for you to take over, and you are happy. Do we kill a trader to trade? Greetings to Honorable Osei Yao Edichum Koka. And Eric Akwa says, good evening. I am enjoying your show. So we are telling you to put your messages right there on our Facebook wall, SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra, so we can read the messages for you. Dr. Captain Biku.
Yes.
Off air will be anti. Okay.
Mami bra on air na me.
Na edit and I put it saying.
Oh man, nyame adom me ho ye.
Bibi aboko there.
Oh, what they are.
Then a minority for a January free. Hey. Hey. Now and you all right.
I was in minority for a day.
Minority for. So, as all my boycott to you. Your friend saying, Chief Justice.
Yes, of course. They deserve to boycott. Look, I didn't hear because one can say process I fast so the Chief Justice is it fair?
And your constitutional.
It's not.
Then I'm managing the constitutional.
Before this, Barcelona. Now, John Mahama as flag bearer. Hey, let me talk. Let me talk.
Allow him.
Before then,
yes.
I'm going to platform so. I can't say the whole Ghana as I'm Chief Justice. What would you way? I will hear what you may. No, China, a political party be. I react as say you buy, you bet Pamo, Abotchie free SOMPA. You bet making sure. Now, I'm possible buyer now, Omanya, Obiwa Montem, Atro, fictitious petition, at the Abani and Jinaso, at the you are.
Captain Bigo, Captain Bigo. We are talking about constitutionality.
What did she do? Or your day?
Ubisame.
Miss Una. What's the constitution? I'm sure you're dying.
Almost or the baby to coin. Now, choir of us, the banner to policy, may patch on. Obviously, a choir or the banner 2 years. Some, near maybe I was a Nanka, I was a Yendi Quancy demand battle. Says cannot yet demand
that is all a fabrication.
I would say fabrication.
Yes, Mamma Cho say, your policy. What you say, a Jumanu policy. Policy they say. You can travel or say, you forward Jumamu or higher, but employment terms anyway. No, they are some say, we employment, at the end of the year, you are entitled to be a vacation. What you say, you can go with 2 people. 2 people, no, I have said, you say. By force, I say, yo, security, and I say, you be. And if I can go with 2 people, any 2 people I choose to go with, now, some 2 people now, I'm going to be a boy. Maybe some 2 people now will say, I don't know, so, yes, maybe so, who say me, met me the department, Wako. Now, the department or qua, I mean, try the FM, I mean, try the PDM. Who that will say, that is what the policy says. And the policy they say, look, let's be rational a bit.
And you want to say 1 year fast, they were irrational. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, they say a politically motivated remover. May catch us Mahama Ebeye brought on Mahama's government until even unto his death or Wukrana the conscience and the yida because me wa fam yejuma who say me ma yejuma or SOMPA me yejuma or SOMPA say SOMPA me mau terms of conditions of employment in ye who yejuma na bia 1 year na say 2 years time who bet me to kwa who bet me do yire and no bako. What you say? Na me kwa na me de me yire na me ba kwa. Me ba. O say me na me fa me bottom ska anya den. En fa ma me yire na me ba.
That is not
the policy.
No. Why is the policy?
As the policy
policy document.
Policy
service.
Yes, or so much we nipa me no to kwan. Anyone one specify the point between the two sides.
Per them no. Per them no. Per them no.
It's never true.
No, per them.
I did the banner call on the street in the car. Or did the banner call on the street in the car?
All right, Mammy, now I say. Ebo Backman, Mammy Tio.
Share. The MPP for you. You couldn't govern Ghana. And govern Ghana. At least in opposition, try to be very good opposition political party.
Why? Are they being a bad?
I can't. Messi was the Ghana show say 8 years. No. Was the Ghana show say 8 years? You couldn't govern Ghana 8 years.
Or your Minister of Trade. Well, the Minister of Trade are 6 years. And then to me here.
Yeah.
He's off mic.
Yeah, more 8 years there govern Ghana and 2 man govern Ghana in opposition to at least be a very good opposition, so that Ghana too may move forward. Makanoha, Madam Tokono, or your history. No amount of gymnastics, no amount of press conference, no amount of workout will bring her back. Let's move forward as a nation. A corner of Fado. Oye ne dwuma bi no wanko yi nti se mbrekom no we yi na mete MPP fu mete MPP lawyers ni nyina nipa kupu nwa we tum na waka de this part of the constitution no oye ma omampanyin Mahama Obrichi in relation to them issue ya or them the mozi yi ni Yakob bibi mpepepepepe na se be say we yi na let's move forward na press conference parliamentary proceedings and parliament floor no and committee no here for press conference na prepare press conference or press statement or e dem na be you know never can encourage Ghana for we were there to vet the man in any case so all no was here one ko ba ye there obi a orosum no man genuinely asema about court na asam no ofi there ma order okono ozato let's say awo akufado ebizi o mampanyina ibi otedam okro oye Supreme Court 2008 ama mani ya tena wa otan nti mani ya tena 2008 tokono 2019 na awo akufado and close a promoted from appeal court to Supreme Court within 4 years I Chief Justice Obi wa bought from 2008 na me President Mahama say that at least 1 year of the man's life or yeah Bafubani will be a Chief Justice before he retires, and for me that is very important. Ama Ochinebi say in Yakonya you don't score personal politically with people because me know what 70 on them na Akufo-Addo here oye papaya and the vetting wabe you know but among Kasam opposition they are suffering from something we call a post-power syndrome. Post-power syndrome or psychological and emotional experience in ya when you lose power.
Yeah.
When power slips through your fingers, you go through some emotional and psychological them you know or any features or symptoms of post-power syndrome. One of the symptoms only bitterness. So when Afonyo is speaking, you could see. In fact, bitterness is all over him. You could see virtually touch bitterness on him. Another apart from bitterness, denial. Denial. You lose power, but you don't want to accept the lose power. You think that you are so powerful. Let me tell you, when the woman was Chief Justice, Afonyo became so powerful in this country. The judges were afraid of Afonyo Makin because of the relationship he had with Tokono. Now Tokono is not there. So Afonyo is in a state of denial. Depression. You lose power. One of the things you go through is depression. And you could see, you could. No, your mic is off. You could go through.
Allow him. Oh, me.
And another symptom of post-power syndrome, only public outbursts. As only bufumpo no ubefu. As only bufumpo no ubefu. Because power no is a sweet moment, because that's where they amass wealth. That suddenly now that power no kono, they are confused. Another syndrome, and also very there. You then want to be relevant at all times, at all costs.
Yeah.
And see, I say me as one occasion, and about press conferences, even when it's not necessary, because you want to be heard. About a walkout, even when it's not necessary, because you want to be heard or you want to be seen. That is what MPP is going through. Yeah. You see, an MPP. Did you prepare from home to come and do this? Okay, you see, let me advise you.
Yeah.
MPP is a political party that is suffering from what I call quadruple whammy.
A quadruple whammy.
Quadruple whammy in there. One, a party suffering from internal cracks. A party suffering from corruption cases in your administration. A party also suffering from UP coming to take over the party, also suffering from the fact that the economy is doing well.
Yeah.
Is the economy not doing well?
No, we'll come to the economy. We'll come to the economy.
People don't like to speak the truth.
No, please.
And once you speak the truth,
I am coming.
If as a Ghanaian, don't I have the right? When inflation has dropped to 6.5%, don't I have the right to say that economy is doing well? When exchange rate has dropped from 16 whatever to 10 point something, don't I have the right? If reference rate has dropped to 17.5, don't I have the right to say that the economy is doing well?
All right, Uncle Ebo Backman, thank you so much. Maminko, Roger T. Dewells.
Boys Prophet Bekasanti. Yeah, thank you. Well, Maminkuli Airwaves Nansana, Mashasye. Maminfa Kwenye Suencha, His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. Naminchia Ability, Professor Jenana, Opoku Ajiman, Omu Boyjuma, kudos to them. Naminchia, Omaimu penny phone na by a palm, some form of Yansani or Munimdia, and Fambo or Mine Chidom. Yeah, the ministers, the CEOs, the MCs, MMDCs, whoever, ordinary Hondi in India, Apia. Namisa encha Yoda Munina Ano, or making sure say or coordinated to make sure say every work and every step is in line with government vision and government agenda. Right. Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. I mean, Chiami and Papa, the Ahoy brothers. We see Ahoy Agana Pound and song called Dasebia.
Sure.
I mean, Tia, the one on Oli, Opejan Sa, na MPP for no, Omuyemashiomu, Sebi, Kramea, Wabofum, Emananya, I am too. Unim, one and only, Nesada Koma, Chinese for American shine.
One and only near Hawaii.
Yeah, chairman, national chairman.
Sir,
the strategy. Keep quiet. You are not talking for me.
Roger, you cannot be commanding your.
It is my time. I am the one speaking. You should keep quiet.
So if you have any problem, address me and let me address you.
Abotchie, I beg you, tell him to keep quiet.
All right, so please allow Roger to talk. Roger, go.
Thank you.
But it's all part of your time.
No problem. Ne pas de problem.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, it's all part of your time.
If he's talking, when he's talking, he can't talk. I know how to do. Okay.
So, like MPP parliamentarians did in parliament.
Is there a homework?
Okay, so Roger, if you are not prepared, let me go back to.
So, yeah, who is General Mosquito? Honorable Johnson. I said doing Katia. Mitia a party for the now with the issue of Sija Sema Captain Biko.
Yeah.
I be expecting say Superman Bank be native for pictures. Better hasi aka ubi say say sa issue of Tokonu then the effort with the country stand when me yano now yeah bobo no one e can say omo dey travel ni with whether official travels or unofficial travels we know say she used state funds in sponsoring her family. She see as a country we are saying say we want to fight corruption. True of us. If someone steals a goat and a person is jailed or is sacked. If someone uses state resources for personal gain, you think we should hail the person or clap for the person? We will never do that. And as a matter of fact, it is a Ghanaian that petitioned. Are you getting me? And look around, say,
Roger, we have gone past that stage. Now, the minority a year war and Russia Bedremono. Your friend a year MP for Menchia South, a year lawyer, and he didn't come over. And he tells us, say, yes, I walk out, no more walking out. No. It was a total rejection of the president's nominee to become the Chief Justice of the land.
I didn't expect even the minority to even show up in the first place because they are hypocrites.
Adintra.
You were voted into office to go and contribute to the formation of policy on the floor of parliament. Now, myself, from January, after handing over up to there, which significant contribution has the minority led by Afenyo Mankin had on the floor of parliament? When they were reading budget, they walked out. When they arrested Untumi, who is a threat to national security, instead of them to sit in parliament and make sure say parliament business or government business has been handled, they march on the road, say as if Sebio Omoko march pass and I crash for yes Omoko assembly.
Be careful on the choice of words that you use.
No, I've not insulted in it. Did they march? Oh, did they match? Did they match? They matched. One woman named some match pa and a crutch and a primary school for. So they did what I'm describing. Omuri almost a contract na form to say Sebion Kola or Mako P. Yes, your mutinous name on biscuit. A cotna Yoko form honmu. To what are they looking for? Is that why they were voted for? No. That is not why they were voted for. Now, you know, Bafo Boni issue we are by. Naka me expect say Naka MPP for be celebrity for Bafo Boni being the new CJ. Do you know why? A bano the history of the Chief Justice and I said the legal system. Now, Bafo Boni, who if you say Bafo Boni now, Rollins, if he power, Akufo. Appointed Bafo Boni say on the trial of Rollins and the wife issue. So Bafo Boni intimidated Jerry John Rollins. I say you cannot come to my court and stand. Yes, I know kind. It is not same Bafo Boni ya.
The name is Bafo.
I mean Bafo. Sorry, I stand to be corrected. Anyway, yeah, but a name there now my Bafra. Yeah. Abotchie, Bafo Boni, Obia, Mimi who say when he takes a decision, he does not look at the political colors, or he is not affiliated to one political, your friend is saying, side. And I say, on my politics, it doesn't matter, say, when I would not baby. Yeah. He will do his work. It's a case of be a neutral, and Obi need judgment, unbiased when it comes to political influencer. I think Bafo Boni qualifies for that. And when he is giving the nod, I am sure, say, following the antecedents of his ruling and cases he has sat on, there is no way Obeka say he has been politically biased, because when it comes to NDC, they've gotten their fair share of his dealings, because Rollins' wife case, a clear indication. Say at the end of the day, you can't say he hating no. Are you getting me? And the way he dealt with our late former president, Jerry John Rollins, I will say you put some level of like enmity against him. What I say? But we don't have that. Aside that, only Madikodia MPP for ni akufu do time in the pano. The court case. Nah, you no. They some way somehow got to find out say he voted against the decision. Are you getting me?
Which decision?
The ruling.
Yeah.
Dispute, no? Yes. He voted against it.
How did they know?
Oh, but you know, say, there is always your friend said some way somehow you know.
No, but court if you vote,
The vote
it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
It is made public.
Some way, somehow, it will be displayed, or you know. Are you getting me? It was a meeting, no, a war, MPP for Akumemu, and on your imagine say, Omuma Bafu Bonnie, Emba Benye CJ, because only Pakona Sebi so long on the bench, but Enokrano and Quadante. So I service so long. Nasa obi ebe sign one in life overtaking is allowed. Obi are undisputed that fact. But if the constitution or the law has taken its course, who are you to say you will not allow the vetting of an appointee and I say somebody who is nominated?
But they also argue, say, a year in some Libya a concerning justice tokono. A bill still was in Libya.
Maybe so say justice tokono.
And you know what if say this some na ewo asem Libya hodro, for example, that the one ewo ECOWAS court no say omo buasa asem no na odi nkunima. What then happens?
You think ECOWAS will not put in consideration the laws of the land? Aside that, no, maybe say former CJ Gertrude or MPP Niana.
I know the maybe party crowd dom.
No, so let's understand, because the way our MPP for after the Champions League now more allow a country senka amembo na obebu after elections no it should be the business of government, it should be the national interest, it should not be individual parochial interest. Now what better I say woman time ni na no, he was speaking out of bitterness, he was speaking out of anger and grief.
Yes, for mommy why
now
Wakasa 15 minutes.
Debbie. Yeah, there's a timer here. Me patcho, please. Me patcho. Yes, form.
Okasa out of
me patcho. Yes, form.
Okasa out of anger and a bitterness. Now, onim bibi. MPP me can be say no omashi share juma DB at one. So omo ejapade ono. Omo buy into power some be execute. Ejapade no. Omo buy say omo be execute.
All right, Roger, thank you so much. No, please. No, Debbie time aso. No, Debbie. Ejapade no.
Omo buy some be execute ejapade no. Ejapade no omo buy some be execute no. It is for state capture. If somebody conform to do in certain positions, omo nim say kokota because they have gotten a Sergio Ramos who will be the CJ. It will fail. Sisi and prosecutions in Namoyam Sisham.
May I say, Maminko, Captain Bigo. Captain Bigo, Maminko, Captain Bigo, in Chain, Maminko Bisano. Captain, Debbie Nabu Tremami. Debbie Ubachemi. But Toboase. Captain Bigo. Now, the finance minister. Abon more than in the natural western region. Debbie bisa uya obetimi aka obeyi afiri won all the atwaso Debbie obeyi afiri won all the atwaso Debbie bisa obeyi afiri won Debbie say nyame adoma ya wada budget ye bekenkan na no ye finance minister Dr. Kezalato Forsen okwa probo e wota krade market circle onim edwadifo ma no kodi nkomo na say edwadifo ma no aka kire say in fact obon ho modern na niam no ekoyie pa say ya tete wo niam awodo ejiro where ekoso do you side with the argument say Ghana economy ni say ejina yi ana
yo before me ba ho no so no ma me ya no clear say MPP we are not fighting for Tokonu, we are fighting for justice. What you say? Because the young penny say whoever is there Ochina na president for Fraba na ya orchestrate removal of chief justice kikikiki na ya de ayakoto no so na ya yi no ya say process the person say bibia no ya nya no emra kwanso
enti do mo ya ne de nyina enya emra kwanso na
enti da me chaw ne say o say wayi Tokonu fine ono susu wo ho kwan say wa appeal decision no what you say o wo kwan say okọ court echo reverse decision no until some no ye die wie no who knew who to me say okọ appoint to be for say or take that position. And that is what we the MPP we are fighting. Say yema justice and prevail as your mind. Say chokonu ko na sokodi kukuo whether courts ni nyina declare say we D4. Now after who say the Supreme Court seat now vacant. Until now you can appoint Obia Ope. So what you say? Now the members yes anti asie biom so ne say Supreme Court Chief Justice of the Supreme Court appointment. It doesn't seniority and you did Supreme Court Chief Justice appointment and based on recommendation from Council of State and other things. Anything you can be on the bench all your life. So if the appointing authority does not find you worthy to become a Chief Justice, you are not appointed. I don't know say when the politics say because Buffalo Bonnie has been
now back to the issue on the economy.
Let's come to the economy. First of all, me say Ghana phobia ti say. So Ghana's economy, particularly your exchange rate, any ye niema boba ye de ya.
Sompa FM.
Nipa say and Akufo-Addo ye blame no pa. Alan Tremantin.
Yes. I didn't try.
But the make us say.
Yes. Alan Tremantin.
Yes.
And you're blaming the power for Ghana's economic failure. For Ghana's economic failure.
Yes. Mami Chechem, what be some question?
Alan Kojo Tremantin.
Yes. Unim.
Then
or Minister of the
Trade.
Very good. Now, what determines the value of the currency? And then the currency be stronger, and then they determine import and export. And yes, sir. So if you are importing more into the country and you are exporting less, you are expecting say your currency will weaken because you need more dollar to go outside to buy and come. And yes, sir.
Captain Miko.
As Minister of Trade, as Minister of Trade, policy ban or or to be balancing your import and export situation. And then trade, and then what the party because I say, yeah, let's call a spade. And then policy, and then as trade minister, to be making sure say we are exporting equal measure to the imports that we are getting.
I get your point.
And I'm saying, sir, if our currency got weakened, that's a net this is for the Nya try at the power. Alan Chamatin say blame no.
Now, Captain, wait.
Yes.
Wait. Okay, Ebrana, the then Vice President.
Yes.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Which one? You're Vice President.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Thank you.
In 2016, before 2016, the economic lectures are making here.
Yes.
You remember those lectures?
Yes, I remember those lectures.
And in those lectures, or making comments, we say, when the fundamentals are weak,
yes,
the exchange rate would expose you.
Of course.
But Wamuba Bemuno, or no head of the economic management
team, yeah.
And now about team members in the team.
Yes, Obomu. So Landing.
Obonidi. Debut, Mantia Landing.
Oh, one Landing. Team room.
Debbie.
Oh, Bo. That means he was not solely responsible. It was a team.
Patrick,
What a great team.
What a great team.
Thank you. Personally, yes, so if there is a failure, then you blame the team. You don't blame. And I make sure say, as part of the team, their whole responsibility to ensure say there is a balance between exports and imports was the Minister of Trade. And the Minister of Trade, you balancing your import and export. That's affecting your currency. You blame the Minister of Trade. You blame the Minister of Trade, and because we are importing more and we are exchanging, that is what affects us. because after the be a to nyemanyesa it's a minister of trade alanchamante it's a necessary effort because yeah that
but sister uji tum say there be sister uji tum say the current government we share monetary policies and fiscal policies are on the aba this is how bre obedwemu now share say the 24 man eka say nyema aba form do you think say
well you see let me tell you
yes
oko takrade market
yes
the other time you Kumasi who's our friend me Kumasi I was at the VIP lounge ma bi biti ho na obi koka say oh they said the nyema koye pa o na Jomama you buy you nyema ko fine unim
then okay
ma me say o si da akobechi papa na we o so ba tamale jomo a Jomama to phone na ma ye nyina o baba no bia yi say
tamale market
me na me catch up ma me that's what the woman said and VIP for no be table o say o be ko no obia to ho wa say
dentra
yentade o say yento
but nyema bo so aba
for nyina ti ho obia me talk because there's no money
baba nyema
there's no money and me see ma me no ko chi papa na we hey me na me catch up I was there it is relative say bia because e never bo aba form
yeah but let's conclude.
Yes.
Nema bo aba form.
According to the Awuka.
Baby nema bo aba form.
According to the Awuka. Me da meji ntum.
Unji ntum so nema bo. Ya me meji ntum. Last year, I have 5 kg bag of rice. Now what on the saying?
5 kg bag of rice.
Now what on the saying?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, until do be that.
Me kai because me to 25 kg no me turn 320 for my Christmas around 2023-2024
hey
but and then I say ya me go to me turn 400
hey
what yeah
also
and then me no can say every
me turn 300 now they turn
400 Millicent rice, me turn 400.
Why they live in a different country in Ghana?
What Belakwa show you?
Aye.
Belakwa. Medium no. Okay, yeah, sorry. So me turn the 19 cities. And then 40 cities.
Is he auto 40?
Thank you. Say who?
Me that say mami call Uncle Ebo backman. Uncle Ebo mami ntie Captain Biko wa bo eye mo leader ni din. Sir, or you're part of the failure of Nanado's government economically. Who you are not saying?
Captain Biko, I have a course in a year.
Who my course?
But we business, so you're part of the discussion. I have a course. So that you man actual.
Captain Biko.
Me crab me no. Me crab me no.
Me say have a course na here. MBA me economics sir.
Me economics.
Ebo uncle.
Say economics na ka say dem ya.
Na me can and I say me can economics. I say me can economics.
Yeah, I'm into you.
2017. Ghana recorded trade surplus on your deficit. 2018 on check is here. Surplus. And in time from 2017 to 2023 Ofido only one time pena
on deficit trade surplus
yes so trade surplus on check you see so what kind currency so njina there were corner for that njina typical example say akoba busa there is be yejuma na busa no minister sina akoba busa na nkasa wo wie sika na Damascus no bosena koboy no into muntua because I'm fan by invest into productive sector ma wenyin wanwo ma into muntua wokaw nti ebobosa for consumption and ebobosa for corruption certainly there will be a pressure on your currency that is why Baumia as a head of economic management team Ken Oforata as the finance minister Bank of Ghana governor Addison the Munko fe basin ugu Ghana economy. Alan Chemont as a trade minister. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Allow Allow him.
Okay. Listen, Alan was part of economic management team.
Thank you.
Yes, or part of economic management team. He was in charge of trade. That's why more body record actually.
Import and export.
Alan Chamantin as a trade minister, my money record.
And also the president.
Captain Miko, please.
Captain Miko, Ghana with them. Dr. Bawumia was the one in charge of Ghana's economy.
Sure.
In fact, the Nakufado, Abra Oribano, also the honor. 2016, the Nakufado Sine, on economy no, on Yazi Wahon, economics on Yazi Wahon. In fact, on Yazi because Nakufado only third class economics or Legon. So to account on Yazi Wahon, also the Egitum. Into us, our Brent Sebi or what, the man Brent Seno, what been economy. Economics are only Sidobia or Ghana. Only Dr. Bawumi, only Babas check Ghana, some why a fair. And now, obey what's the economy shows that? Oh,
okay,
what's the economy showing, sir? Pepe. Giddy. At the moon, the Bawumi, one Casika saying there. Oh, Macamas, Mamanka. Momo sends them as a one as economist. You see, NAPCO was being run from his office. NAPCO, or your very unproductive investments, because Kanokwa on Sanamba. Alan Chamantin was running 1D1F, even though no idea was Kasha presidency, Ophelia and San was a bra, Alan Chamantin. 1 year was Beno. NAPCO, or your unproductive, Dr. Bawumia, who is in charge of the economy, was spending close to 4 billion Ghana cedis on NAPCO. Listen to this. Close to 4 billion. Also, we had spent close to 4 billion on NAPCO at the time he was speaking. On NAPCO, which is very unproductive. When it came to one district, one factory, which was supposed to be industrial drive, as every district, they spent only 450 million Ghana cedis. Look at close to 4 billion on NAPCO. Very unproductive. The productive sector now the discussion, you spent only 450 million. This is some of the your economists or one for Ghana economy. If you couldn't manage exchange rates, you couldn't manage inflation as a head of economic management team. If you do a in there, when Ghana's economy was doing fairly well some time ago, when they took over and we were under IMF, and so they were not able to do things haphazardly, and the economy was doing fairly well. In there, Ghana was doing well because of Bawumia. Have you forgotten that video was out there?
I remember.
Yes. So if when the economy was doing fairly well, you said because of Bawumia, that's why the economy was doing well. That's the economy. Economy so. We're going to the economy who know digitalization. Only digitalization. Only the economy. You see, I could school economics. Now my economy one area or your area.
Okay, so I
to force now some American. Oh, you know, that's why I started saying that if you're a Ghanaian, appreciate good things. The economy is doing fairly well. Hey. We stabilize the economy. No? Why? If inflation has dropped from 28, when you were living, it was 28
to 8%. To 8%.
It was 28% when you were living.
No, it was 23.45%.
Okay, by the time 123.
23.
Oh, okay, this is your
so it's 8% in below.
The projection.
Somebody's projecting. Somebody's projecting.
No, it is 8%.
We have not gotten to the
it is 8% now.
It is 8% now.
Okay, it is 8% now.
It is 8%.
Two.
Inflation is 8% now.
Okay, Abotchie.
Yes, with you.
Exchange rate
exchange rate is about
moving between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
10 and 11. I don't know.
1090.
Oh.
1090.
Abotchie, Ghana reference rate. I don't know who determine interest rate or lending rate in Ghana. Reference rate is our 17.5%. Now, which means interest rate will be moving around 25%.
Now, let me chip in this one.
Yeah.
As per the search that I have just done now, $1 is to 10 cedis 94 pesos.
Abotchie, from where? from 15 or 16 MPP were there.
From 14.7.
It was 14. It was the pound that was around 17, 18.
Yeah.
Granted, it was even 13.
All right.
A government has come to reduce exchange rate to
Captain Biko.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Captain Biko on economics.
Oh,
so in economics and you see, let me tell you, the system that we operate in there, or your exchange rate flow management system. Exchange rate flow management system. Only there you allow demand and supply to determine to a point. Yes. When you see that there's pressure, then you intervene.
Sure.
That's why Bank of Ghana is. That is what Baumia, Addison, and the Kuna Wegwanen offended. Ofurata. That is what they could not do to manage the economy. So if a government is managing the economy and the economy is stable, the macroeconomic environment is very sound. It's not poisonous anymore. Why don't you praise them? You see, when you praise them when it is good, you have the authority to also castigate them when it's not doing well. So I'm saying that Atoforsen, so far, so good. Let's praise them and let's encourage them, because you know what? I don't want any government to fail, because I don't want this government to fail. The reason is very simple. After MPP failing us for 8 years, look at how Ghana for Chrome. Look at a thing Amandi DDEP Ghana far. What should one qua? Because of DDEP, haircut taken of Ratan and Baumia, no, on your Addison, because of economic mismanagement, DDEP, it's a young pede Abanibiala fail, so that Ghanaians will suffer the same way they suffered and Akufado and Baumia. That is why we are happy that the economy has been stable. Now, credit rating, that Ghana's credit rating has improved. It is good for the economy. So if you couldn't manage the economy, I can for economy. Economy is a way good if you economic environment to the capitalized environment. As such a person can be president. Now you want to shift blend Alan Chamatina or distinguishing who? What distinguishing will be as a minister of trade. Today, when we speak of the most important policy in Africa, not in Ghana, the most important economic policy in Africa, which is the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area after is the brainchild of a Ghanaian called Alan Chamantin. It's the most important project in Africa. Economic project. Obviously, he lobbied for the headquarters to be established in Ghana. As we speak, Ghana is the commercial or economic capital of Ghana in terms of trade, because of one man called Mr. Alan Chamantin. And you are better than her. I like your fan by one bond poto. What's the economy for the digitalization? You don't want to do Alan Chamantin.
What's the allergy been a wabon?
Say, what are they showing into my yabon? You see, I'm in a teacher. No, let me check economics. Don't check economics. Let's say, Mama working into my yard. Let's say, Eba. Let me too. Must you correct to whom? Ability to be a Miss Abon.
All right, Sompa 106.5 FM for God and Country. I don't know so good. Ejebe Satafre, Besatafa Frefo, number phrases so 0260-196064, 0260-196065. And we are live on TikTok.
Oh, Captain Biko. Me time na me
Roger, please. Captain Biko, Mr. Captain Biko, Mr. Captain Biko, please.
Yeah, Honorable Atoforsen, the man on the job. In fact, Ato is forcing. What I say? Now, Honorable Atoforsen, Jumapa Emma on my Ghana. Now, before I may comment on the prices, Captain Biko, who is hallucinating and living in should I say Atasa Republic. Now, I don't know where I own any prices and any new quotations from. As a matter of fact,
we'll say he's living in what?
Atasa Republic.
And also the
new country or a town MPP has formed because they are not living up to expectation.
Okay, so you want to say Atoforsen is forcing?
He has forced and he is still forcing. Strategically. So we to me about a junk baller economy. I restore the integrity, dignity, and transform the mess MP before a create na then I was say on mining including MP before no me medicaka na me koso aka say this is the time MPP the party hierarchy should summon all party leadership and come and beg government for Accra International Conference Center. If it is too small, we will give them Accra Sports Stadium. Give them projectors. Now more beer one exercise book. Now I'm at 2 forcing. I organize economic public lecture so that he can school MPP people for them to know the basics and fundamental of economics.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you, it is rightfully needed. Now, with CD, oh, Mukasa Vibre, I'm flow. Keep quiet.
Flow.
With CD na semuya, say CD no has been stabilized and the economy has been stabilized. When you say 1 week ago, now MPP for MPs minority, claim say we should credit Akufo-Addo with the performance of the CD. Just 1 week ago, barely a week ago, and a minority for SA. The CD is doing well, but we came to government not long, so we should credit Akufo-Addo with it. But today you are seated here, and you are throwing tantrums into people's eye, saying say artificial. You come rhetoric.
No, don't be controlling them, please. Talk to me.
It is my airtime.
No, it is your airtime, but you have no authority to be controlling your co-panelists. No,
you are taking my time.
So address me, please.
I'm addressing you.
I'm not comfortable with that. I am not comfortable. Yes, but I'm not comfortable with that.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Let me continue.
Continue.
What I am trying to say and what I'm putting across is that more discredit, more say artificial. But today, you want the applause. You want us to applaud you. Say mama some mercy amujai. Anyebia, do they know what it takes to run an economy? Just a couple of weeks ago, Mose, we are injecting dollars into the economy. That is why the CD is performing and the economy is stable. Maybe so. When you people went for those loans, what did you do with the money? Skaramodi yeden. Yeah, inject you. Momo de mu wi akose de mu di ye.
You have no evidence. You can't.
You want plenty evidence.
No, you can't say.
You want
That's what the front has right.
They say. Biko, where is your time? You talk.
Look, your time is going.
About the way you're telling me my time is going, tell him to keep quiet. Because and I make a child say the level of mismanagement. Omojis kana no ma be check as a dim. No more di. And no. And now omo for can say yes. NDC is pumping money into the economy so that Ghana phone na keep quiet. Oh, they say
all right. Because what is that? No,
because I am talking.
No,
and you interject.
So talk.
Keep quiet. Let me talk.
No, please talk.
So 20 minutes.
So what I'm saying is that the NDC has the lovely people of Ghana at heart. Abochi ye man Ghana for mbre wasa sika eda ho no mo mpenifo na e wo kasa bi ana baby omubu se aba enda ho e ma ye hwe kraman e ma ne nka akwala ensa na e ka no ana owo enkoka akwala intino ye mpeni enyesa esa say his excellency the president e wo Ghana for at heart e na honorable ato is forcing no e wo Ghana for at heart intino omo say in economics ye obi bia ye friend say injecting money through the open market operation so that ebe absorb shocks and that negative impact now other pressures ebe only see on it no.
All right.
If we are doing that, it shows clearly say we have people who have gone to school to study economics in NDC, not home econs.
May I say, Ebusia for SOMPA 106.5 FM for God and country. Mamin Kao say, Midima for Herbal Center. Dr. Time Daso, Ebusia. So to me can na wope say, Uda yar safi sa yar way moi. Me pacha bo madina for hokodom. Aye Dr. Time Daso and she say, Midima for Herbal Center. Say a stroke, say usisi na ya moja brusuo anasa sabe ya wakrawa no brebum anasa bema untimi ma oba mfefro oba us untimi mfefro a me kanfo aye medimafo herbal center area maw Dr. Time da so abusuafo pe ne chi akwan won kran ha the chi akwan wo pokuase mayira na wo kumase a or agogo bia any government school ni di hwe ni mo Dr. Time da so see the Lord is our ultimate healer. Friend was 0244774282 again 0500 7272215. Guys say ban malaria fever na wenum ato a wontimi ndidi honam nyina ya oya kai say a time herbal mixture. It's a prophylaxis aya hoban boy dro kese pa ho hia no wo fie edi ba cho do ani kire drugstore pharmacy shop bia abusiafo a time herbal mixture bombarding na fresh 034441769 na saka bi o say num kankan wo hoyi enya ade ye bombarding na siesie wenum na wenum nye hwam so obetwetwe wenum na wo nyina kama na wenum ay twetwa a bomodi na kope ya toothpaste ni ya toothbrush eno ena betimi aboa ba osen no ay fita na mpo no wenum kro num kankan a ni nyina to betwa bomodi na fra yachts for e was 05016195588 so wo kumasi a 05013903339 na kai say Kasa natural mineral water is your papa first grade filters and nobody so in show we so as an say on person show ni ya kama me nom na boa ye dino Kasa natural mineral water ensure e kama pa na mpacho ban in bottles and sachet so ope bi etu aton a number of phrases so 0206469 again 030396578 so ope mo cha kwan ai Taifa bia wa back hospital na chi ha ho na bo hu omo Kasa natural mineral water so refreshing mami sanka bi say Electroland Ghana Limited Electroland Ghana Limited home of quality electronics top electronics papa to dia Electroland Ghana Limited say TV papa washing machines kettles rice cookers blenders in the kaka ho Electroland Ghana Limited wanna check kwan water chiman Kumasi ubehu omo Kasi Junction, Tech Junction, and crying ha. Omo dental barrier, Dansuman roundabout, industrial area, and a BNML complex they do anymore. They also have offices. It was Sunyani, Mankesim, Cape Coast, Takradi, and Tamale. From 0245 949495 0245 949495. Sabre mi kwa mano so na me in a frep for Edin Komo na me hu so mo frepa. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Driving.
Me pa jo wana me ne ka sei.
Ajani moni o.
Ajani mo wada ban pa cho eti wai.
Yo, na so nyanko pa ya dum ama enaye ekwada eya chapo from my enaye on that time. Ya ke ka kwa ni mu anu no. Yo, menya o dia kwanya. Menchiro na menchia na champo incoming president. Ena incoming national chairman David Kakambodu. Ena Chris Lord, also for you for Canada. I just have your man, also for woman at your Canada. Chair, one more coming this year, and this year, MPP for Abatina Kumiaswa, Yakuya, Yamuya. One more time, 27 years, over had about SOMPA FM. Over had about Yan or my way. Almost give me back assembly over there. Woman to America. I you know, and you know, from Mabaya. Now, Mammy Tokono, I can. One Fatima on one or Fatima for the right. Tell them, Rabaya, Juma. I don't know.
You, Midasi, pass by. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho wana menene kasei.
Unia Maxwell, German staff trouble.
Hey, Maxi, that is saying. Adoma kwa hu ye pa Maxwell ye tie why.
Ma mentia wa tie fo na you ra kana ko judan wa. Ya o ye ampu German staff. Ntia ke tie nkoma no. Na mentia you ra na di ohina Japan o be Ghana mo panyin aboy. Abochi onim ke anda you ra John Dramani Mahama no. Ghana for any so any na akibia. Because the air corner there anweding. Abochi can who say akukwa de nka omo wie na wase asu piepio you akukwa nya mo wie on time asu piepio oba ye no o say man no why then what good na 10% yanko ye ni my say ye ki say oh papa Papa way already so first last 4 years now by Anton and Nana by no. Or by killing Gia near Papa no.
Na say minua say who say Sabri inflation me no ka say inflation above form say dollar is so dollar
above form no near ma say and as what taxes to go saying na papa di aba ama near saying ye na mu say my form and then utilities ya boom and dollar no you check there one so in fine. And the Papa way Ghana to my phone nearly that show back.
All right.
So the and I answer cano.
But that's a pass over Judy. So hello, good evening. Orebon me bacho Orebon bacho it you.